Are you familiar with contextual intelligence? Hi, I'm Tony Stewart, the CEO of Friends for Life, and I've been doing this for over 20 years. And I think this is a very important subject. Contextual intelligence, by definition, reads as the ability to understand and adapt to different situations and environments by effectively applying knowledge and skills. That is so important in our field of work. When you are in the IDD world, you have to constantly change the way that you are doing stuff. Not even just us. Our individuals that we serve have to constantly adapt and change. So I want to take some time and go through the things that I have seen, that I do, that I practice, that I would like for you all to practice, and see if it helps you become a better DSP or a better manager or a better supervisor or even a better owner and director. The first one is adaptability. You have to be able to adapt to the needs and purposes for the people that we serve. Not every person that you serve will be the same. Sometimes you're going to have to be a little more stern in conversations. Sometimes you're going to have to be a little less whiny per se. Like, we ask for things to be done, but we don't always want to change how we do things. The world is forever changing, so we should be forever adapting to it. Situational awareness. Every situation is different. I don't go into every meeting. I don't go into every neighborhood. I don't go into every house and expect to do the exact same thing. For instance, some people have dirty floors. I am not going to take my shoes off with clean white socks to get my socks dirty on your dirty floor. I hope that's not a jab at anybody. But the same thing goes if I'm in the community. There are some communities that we all know may not be safer than others, so I will adapt and go accordingly. Even talking more about situations, I think this applies to our DSPs so much due to the fact that their workload can consist of maybe several different individuals that they work with. One place that you go to will not have always the same kind of outlook than the other place. So really take that one in and look at what you can do different to make all situations a positive for you and the person that you're serving. Your perspective. A lot of this is about, I think, how we talk. Sometimes when we are dealing with situations, we may get a little agitated, and the way that we discuss things might sound a little more harsh than what they really are. Some of us just have strong demeanors when we are speaking about things because of our conviction and how much passion that we have about it. But learning contextual intelligence, you have to know when to shut that off, when to switch it up, and how to switch it up. Now, one thing I've learned that this takes training. You're going to have to sit back and spend some time, sometimes in other groups and other cultures, so you can see what relates to them. Not every person that I speak to, do I speak with the same tone? Do I speak with the same intensity? So this is one that takes some work, but I believe that each and every one of you can do it. Cultural sensitivity. This kind of goes with the last one. Because cultures are different, there may be certain things that those cultures do. There may be things that those cultures are familiar with that you're not familiar with, and it can make you almost like an outsider. Again, this is, if we want to be able to be fluid throughout our community in the DD world, these are things that we have to take into consideration. Even as managers, as supervisors, each employee that you have will not always know your culture and the things that you are accustomed to. So it takes a little effort to be able to open up your mind and open up your brains to learn those things. This is actually one of my favorite. Strategic thinking. Not every situation involves a whole team plan that has to take an hour, but you should always be thinking kind of strategic. A couple of situations I can think of growing and working in the field that I was just confused. I did not know how to help a certain person that I knew needed my help, but I just could not grasp exactly how to make it work until I sat down by myself and just watched the individual. Now, I know that sounds kind of weird, and no, you shouldn't just be sitting and staring at folks and making them feel uncomfortable. But during our interactions, I sat and I kind of watched all of the little nuances that this person had, and it snapped to me. And the weird thing was, it was something that I noticed many months prior, but I didn't take it in because I wasn't analyzing the situation. I was just kind of mad that I wasn't getting what I wanted. I wanted to go to work and have a real laid back day, this, that, and the other. And it was staring me right in the face. So analyze your individual, analyze the environment. There may be things there creating a disruption for your workday that could be either removed or put away or set aside. Learning agility. Like, this is by far one of my absolute favorites, because as we continue to educate ourselves, you're going to have to figure out different ways. I used to really put myself down when I was younger, saying that I didn't like school. School wasn't for me. And it wasn't so much, well, maybe it was the school system, but it wasn't the fact that I couldn't learn. I believe that I am a very good learner. I think most people are very good learners. And thumbs up if you believe that you're a good learner. And if you don't, I beg to differ. But you have to learn your agility with it. It's like being a ninja. You have to figure out what works for you and what doesn't, and then slowly incorporate it. And sometimes it just takes some quiet execution. Once you figure out your learning pattern, your learning style, that's when you can actually put so much more into this. Intuition and experience. Like, that's what this all boils down to. Once you utilize all of these little segments of contextual intelligence, that's the ultimate thing that you want. You want your experience and your skills to be able to get you through those situations that were once hard. Back in the day, office work was tough for me. I was not the best typer. I was not the best Excel user. I wasn't awesome at emails. But as I got into it more and more, educated myself more and more, that skill set grew, which helped my ability to be able to utilize those to this current day. There's only so much time in the day. So what we spend our time doing and learning will definitely either help us or harm us. So I think in a nutshell, I believe contextual intelligence is just, being quote unquote smart, trying to find your way of handling situations with the skills that you've developed throughout the time that you've been in this field and preparing to be great at it. So I hope this information was helpful. In the meantime, between time, I'll see you next time.
I'm Dr. Craig Escudé, President of Intellectability. State developmental disability agencies, managed care organizations, and providers across the United States use Intellectability's health risk screening tool, e-learn courses, and person-centered training to improve health equity for people with IDD. Visit replacingrisks.com to learn more about how you can employ these tools with people you support.
Making sure that individuals are reaching the goals they have set for themselves. That's one of the many goals of Assured Health Services. If you're looking for a residential care provider or searching for ADS services, Assured Health is your go-to place. Assured Health, helping others succeed. Learn more at assuredhealthohio.com or call 494-442-8066. The Reliable Drug and Alcohol Testing Clinic is a leading provider and convenient source of pre-employment and occupational testing. Their clinic provides services to a wide range of private businesses, healthcare facilities, and municipal and county courts. Reliable as an independent, locally owned clinic, as a result, they provide services at a lower cost than major hospitals. enjoy faster turnaround times on test results, and eliminate the long waits typically incurred at larger facilities. To learn more, visit reliabledrugtest.com. THS Remote Supports is clearly focused on improving independent living through dynamic and personalized services. Their systems have been carefully developed and perfected to ensure that everyone receives the best care through the least intrusive means possible. Located in Cincinnati, Ohio, they've spent over 20 years providing in-home supports to individuals with disabilities. If you or someone you know is looking for a remote service provider, go to thsrss.com or call 513-882-9828.